Back to our channel RR Corporates. In today's video, we are going to explore an important and a powerful capital structure. This is the capital structure tool available under Companies Act and SEBI Regulations. Shares with differential voting rights, DVRs. So DVR shares help promoter-led companies and startups raise capital while retaining managerial control. This is an advantage. They balance investor interest and promoter autonomy by offering varied voting rights and potentially enhanced dividends. This is advantage to the promoters. This comprehensive video will cover what DVR shares are and what is the legal framework under Companies Act and SEBI regulations, and what are the eligibility conditions, and step-by-step procedure to issue DVRs, and what are the benefits, and strategic case studies and disclosures, what are the disclosures required, and we also discuss about case laws and practical challenges by issuing these DVRs. So stay tuned till the end. So we will explore DVR shares in full details. First, we will understand what is DVR. What is the DVR share, differential voting rights shares? So what are the DVR shares? So shares with differential voting rights are type of equity shares that provide different voting and dividend. So there is a difference in voting, there is a difference in dividend rights compared to ordinary equity shares. So these shares may offer fewer or more votes per share or carry special economic benefits like higher dividends. So this flexibility allows companies to customize their capital structure and maintain promoter control without diluting decision-making power. Hope we are clear. So you understood what is the DVR and what are the DVR shares. Now we will see what are the types of the DVR shares. Shares with lower voting rights, shares with higher voting rights. Shares with lower voting rights means typically issued to public investors. They may carry lower or fractional voting rights but offer higher dividends. Shares with higher voting rights, these are all SR shares, usually offered to promoters or founders. They retain control even with a smaller economic stake. Examples: Tata Motors issued DVR with 1/10 voting rights and 5% higher dividend. Tata Retail India Limited, similar structure adopted. And we will see the legal framework governing DVRs under Companies Act 2013 and SEBI regulations. Under Companies Act 2013, Section 43. Section 43A2 of Companies Act 2013 allows issuance of shares with differential voting rights. Rule 4 of the Companies Act, companies share capital and debentures without voting lays down conditions and disclosure requirements. So this is under Companies Act. And come to SEBI regulations. SEBI ICDR regulations. SEBI issue of capital and disclosure requirements regulations 2018. SEBI LODR listing obligations and disclosure requirements regulations 2015. And SEBI's framework, SEBI's 2020 framework. This allows superior voting rights, that is SR shares for founders. Supports fractional rights, FR shares for capital raising. These regulations apply differentially to listed companies. Unlisted companies proposed to go public. And we will see the eligibility conditions for issuing of DVRs. Company can issue DVR only if it fulfills the following conditions. Condition number 1 is authorization in articles of association. Ordinary resolution shall be passed in general meeting. In listed companies, postal ballot is a mandatory. So what is the cap on the voting power? DVR shares should not exceed 74% of the total voting power. And compliance record, no default. Filing financials for past 3 financial years. So no default in filing of financials for last 3 years. No default in repayment of deposits, debentures or dividends. No default in crediting IEPF. No default in statutory dues, employee statutory dues. No convictions under RBI Act, SEBI Act, FEMA Act, SCAN Act in the last 3 years. No conversion is allowed. Cannot convert the existing share in DVRs or vice versa. There is a cleaning period. Minimum 5 years must have elapsed since making good by any default. Now I will explain the procedure. How we issue DVR shares. Step-by-step procedure. Step 1, check if articles of association authorize DVR. Step 2, reclassify share capital. Amend memorandum of association. Step 3, obtain valuation report if needed. Board and shareholders approval. Step 4, file MGT 14 within 30 days of resolution. Step 5, circulate PS4 to proposed investors. Step 6, allot shares and file PAS3 within 30 days. Step 7, issue share certificates or inform the depository. Update register of members. Step 8. Step 9 for listed companies, ensure SEBI compliance. So these are all the steps for issuing of DVRs. Now we will see strategic benefits of DVR shares. Retention of promoter control. Raising capital without governance dilution. Appealing to income-focused investors. Defense against hostile takeovers. Support for startup ecosystem. Corporate flexibility measures, accession, JVs. These are all the strategic benefits with the DVR shares. And we'll go to the board's report disclosures. Rule 4, sub-rule 4, that following must be disclosed. Number of DVRs issued, voting and dividend rights, percentage of total capital and voting rights, issue price, name of the promoters and KMPs, allotted DVRs, change in control if any, diluted EPS for each class of shares, pre and post issue shareholding pattern. So these are all the disclosures in the board's report under Rule 4. And we will see practical challenges also. There are regulatory compliance burden, investor resistance, governance concern, liquidity constraints, administrative complexities. So these are all the practical challenges. See, regulatory compliance burden, higher bar for clean financials and legal record. Investor resistance, institutions avoid reduced governance rights. Governance concern, risk of promoter entrenchments. Liquidity constraints, DVR trades as discounts. Administrative complexity, voting, accounting, structuring. So we also discuss about the case laws. Anand Pershad Jaiswal versus Jagatjit Industries Limited. CMB Company Law Board appealed legality of DVRs with higher promoter voting, highlighted concerns on promoter overreach. So the conclusion is, shares with differential voting rights are forward. This is a forward-looking tool in modern capital markets. They empower promoters and founders to protect their vision while ensuring investor participation. So despite regulatory and market challenges, DVRs offer flexibility in ownership structure, strategic advantages in control and capital raising, valuable governance balance for startups and family-run companies. So companies should use DVR's responsibility with full legal compliance and investor transparency. So with the evolving SEBI and MCA supports, DVR can become a mainstay in India's entrepreneurial landscape. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, RR Corporate. We have other channel, RR Legal Talks. So here the disclaimer is this content is for educational purposes and you should not consider any legal or professional advice. Consult with a qualified advisor for your specific requirements, if any. We have two channels, RR Corporates. Other channel RR Legal Talks. Please do subscribe for two channels for latest updates so that you will not miss any of the updates. Thank you.